bots, you can react anywhere. So I'm really like it what Spirit have, right? And the DK having a slight advantage, and I think DK, the more levels you get, the harder it gets. But Miposhka,
a lot of slows that they can throw on Miposhka, and it could just be our first kill. That's a huge Shadow Realm hit, and Whisper will get Heroic on the board first.
Very, very hard. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Well, first Shadow Step is used, and it's on to the Muerta down the mid lane. Mars is keeping in. Analog does throw in the stun, but it takes a while to finish him off, and he doesn't even die. King Jungles, however, is the one to fall first with a spear onto the edge of the arena, and followed up with a Laguna Blade from the LSA stun. Larl will take Yuma down.
How Spirit are playing, it feels like they're waiting for the next Roche.
The roar coming in from Whisper and the instant jump from Yuma. The TPs are coming in from Spirit, looking to at least retaliate, but they've already lost one. They might lose a second. Disruption nicely dodging the stun, but here comes Analog, loading up the Wukong's command, and nobody else is coming in to the area. But with the previous engagement, Yuma with King Jungles, and of course Analog coming in as well, and Collapse seems to be the target that they can always go for, especially with his arena down. Rue, Miposhka have to back out. King Jungles now comes Whisper of the Roar, but they split their targets on the supports. They force to pierce the Veil and focus the SD instead. Can they interrupt that TP? No, they cannot. So, bit of lack of
13,
CC. 13. Okay, so it's a 13 support and a 13 offlaner. And now the other side of the map, you do have Analog getting caught by the first stun, and now they can focus themselves on the SD. Wukong's is placed down, so no matter about the disruption, but also the Roar onto Radon, and Radon goes down! Whisper able to finish him off. Laurel will find an answer on King Jungles. That's just a Lich falling, but Team Spirit will lose a whole lot more. 4 for 1.
Complete disaster, not only because you've lost 4 heroes, but because there's a Roche right under vision.
Oh, that just might be Laurel's death right here, and has no way out versus so many heroes. A good disruption save, but is it enough to keep Laurel alive? The Roar comes out, and that should seal his deal, as Whisper will take him out. Rule to fall. A double for Whisper. And Laurel, who has been winning these fights that are still to come. They got the jump on Rue first. Pierce the Veil comes out, protected for the time being, but still dropping down to his death. Miposhka spotted as well. Analog does have that stun. Smacks it right on top of Miposhka. Forces out the Purge. There's the Demonic Cleansing as well to get him back to movement speed, or full movement speed at least, but Yuma, Analog, will take only a matter of moments, and Miposhka will drop, and now into the mid lane as well, as Larl has been found. He will take down King Jungles, but he will fall himself. And now onto the Spectre as well. Radon Collapse will hammer down Yuma's Spectre, and the gem will be taken away. Schofield still looking for a bit of vengeance here onto the Mars, trying to make a play himself, forces his BKB so far. Part of 15 out of the 23 kills of the team. That's a pretty high percentage as he tries to go in for the stun, but he gets stunned himself first, and he pops his BKB, goes for the Roar onto the Mars, and here comes the Wukongs to follow up as well, and Mars is dropping low. He will go down. Collapse is dead, but Radon hammering away onto Analog. Larl on the side as well, throws in the Laguna Blade, and the Aegis is gone. Can they get more kills here? Heroic also a bit of trouble here because they're down to 2 heroes anymore in Team Spirit. How does this team manage to do it? Can they pull it all the way to the end? Whisper versus Radon. Radon finding to his bitter end, as Miposhka will get the Schofield right next to him, the creep wave right there as well, and goes on the chase for Larl. Larl looking for his own answer, but BKB pop. Whisper gets the Lincoln's Roar, so Larl is free to do whatever he wants. Collapses down, and now Radon surrounded by hostiles. Can he take this fight for himself with Yuma on the side, taking down Miposhka? And that will be the end of this DK as well, as Team Spirit will lose multiple heroes, and Larl barely gets the TP back home.
Lars redemption
is going onto the other side of the map. They want to get there first. Can they do something? That's Collapse coming in first, and the arena's going to catch almost everybody inside of it, as he's got Whisper and Analog just taking him down. They will lose Collapse in this fight. He does have a buyback remaining at least. He can still return, but Radon's going to be finding into the backline. Onto Yuma. There's a jump in and jump out. He's going to dodge a lot of this, as Heroic will find another kill. It's Rue going to be falling. Radon pushed to the brink as he tries to hold and stand his ground with his Asanic.
He's living.
Collapse is coming in as well, but will he stand alive? No, he will not. He's going to go down. Collapse with that buyback. He will fall.
This could be the end.
Will lose this fight, and with it, maybe the game as well. Heroic. That could just be the decisive blow here. And they're going to walk straight in. Collapse. Quick reaction at least. But Miposhka is going to get caught by the Lich, and he's down. He does have a buyback. He's going to have to use it right away. Collapse, no BKB though. And now they're going to have to try and hold this somehow. Wukong's will be sent. This is the first one. Remember the refresher. There's another one still coming. Analog will already pop it right away. Radon going to be dropped really low. The roar comes out as well. The DK, he needs some help, but he's got nothing. And he's gone for 100. And this game is going to get sealed. GG. Heroic will take the lead in this best of 3.
And it's not like there was a part of the game where Spirit took it over. It was Heroic all the way. Yes, it took them 45 minutes, but that is just because Spirit...
It's not enough to carry his team to victory. A Storm Spirit that gets out of hand early. Fully... He really wants to make sure that this PA is not getting those range creeps. Ooh. And this is going to be a close one as well. Whisper missing the skewer, but... Does Radon have enough to survive? Miposhka so far away to jump onto, and they're going to put their attention towards the Lich instead, and a couple more hits should do it, and the first blood will be for Whisper. Heroic doing it back to back.
People down.
Yeah. Miposhka spotted. Whisper drops the RP without hesitation and brings him straight into Yuma, who rotated through the portal. Radon and Laurel are here to respond, hoping to get this Bloodseeker kill. There's a nice stun from Rue. It's an absolute ravage on all 3 heroes. King Jungle's on the side, though. They will lose the Seeker and now lose the Phoenix as well. Laurel for the double kill on the Storm Spear. And maybe even Analog, as Laurel takes a long jump in. He does not have the Echo Slam ready for another 35 seconds, so they're putting a defensive egg and Analog so low on HP. Whisper coming in for the RP.
Echo
catches both the Lick, and now maybe they should be able to get him. And Analog, he still doesn't have that Echo Slam, so he walks in and almost dies to this Lich. One explosion from Miposhka, does get hit by the Fissure. Larloli fell, and there's the Lich, and he went in. Some extra support items to go with, but that will definitely help Team Spirit with their engagements. While Radon, he's really close to that BKB. Okay, he got the recipe out just in time. If he died, say, 10 seconds earlier, he wouldn't have had the money to buy the recipe. But now, Rue goes for the instant hex onto the Clockwork, contemplating of going in, throws the stun onto Yuma. Laurel coming from the map, the Enigma going to get hit by the Echo Slam as well. And Laurel is ruptured up, but they will lose Yuma. And now Collapse is going to be chased. Rue going to give him some extra mana, keep him alive, keep him on the spot. He knows he's dead, and it will take a little bit longer for him to fall. Schofield going to be the next to drop. Laurel and Miposhka making work. There's the RP coming out as well, and the Storm is dropping low, and the Orchid will seal his fate unless Rue is able to keep himself busy. Will he die? The Soul Burn is not enough. 50 HP is what this Storm has remaining. Rue has done it.
Again, Heroic have these great wards.
So close to catching Yuma as Collapse and Miposhka once again, but Yuma gets the kill. But he still dies to Radon jumping in. So PA will get the punishment in the end. If there was some Magnus like right next to him, but at the same time. And Echo Slam, the silence, and without that BKB, the Storm is defenseless. Radon is here. He does have the Enigma, but very far away. Yuma gets taken down again by the same dynamic duo. Miposhka and Radon. Whisper quickly jumps out to safe distance, and Radon is hoping to pop some of the smokes, and he sees Whisper, the dagger flown in. Schofield interrupts and goes for the hook shot.
Found him.
And Miposhka, he's waiting for Yuma to show. He's waiting for him. He gets insta-fissured as well. Schofield will live for now.
They just see them clearly.
There's a jump in from Analog. BKB, huge kills on Laurel and Miposhka. This is where Yuma finally feels the freedom to go in with the lack of that Lich in the fight. Rue will dry down as well. Radon to fall. Heroic. Laurel bought back for this, and he's going to have to run away from this engagement. Can he make his way out? Is there any way to escape? It's going to be a team wipe. Heroic takes everyone from Team Spirit. Start to put quite a lot of faith on this hero as Rue is spotted by Analog. Rue will try to go for the escape, and at the same time there's a secondary initiation happening in the middle lane as Collapse cuts his BKB off, but he's just getting poked by Yuma. Punch after punch after punch, and the hookshot comes in as well. They're going to stack all together, and they cannot save their allies. They will only get Schofield. The egg protects them as well. No Black Hole going off, and Radon is found on the side. The RP for statement from Whisper.
Did you see in that fight, Whisper? He was
40% HP. The Rocket Flare flies in. There's the roar coming out as well as he sees the PA. Yuma getting in position. Sees Laurel, throws in the blood right, and there's the Echo onto the back. Hits the Lion. The Aegis is secured for Radon. What do they do now? They're stuck in the
black
pit.
hole.
They really have to just fight this one. They cannot otherwise stand their ground. Radon is dropping low. That Aegis will pop in a moment, and that is gone for now. Finger thrown onto Analog as well. Beposhka down. He'll come with the vibe as well. The black hole, but the egg, and they also got the stun. Out of the collapse at the same time, and the Enigma will have to return through buybacks. 3 buybacks coming in from Team Spirit to return to this fight. Heroic only having to bring Analog for a second time. Rue's going to be hit as well by Yuma, but the Lich ult is bouncing back and forth. Skullface roll 1 HP. Yuma is still running back and forth. He's got a lot of movement speed right now, going straight onto collapse, trying to take the Enigma down, and that's an ultra kill. And can he get them all? Yes, he can! That's a rampage for Yuma, and Beposhka won't be the last to fall, as Heroic will be welcomed to the playoff stage.
And in what style? You are going versus a Roche, you're going versus a double black hole, and in the end collapse. He didn't even get to use one.